Good morning. Day 4. Day 3. Let's not talk about day 3. As you can maybe see, I've got everything laid out, drying. Basically, yesterday it just rained hard the entire day. And I actually did 2 stages yesterday. I did roughly 22 miles. That's with about 6,000 feet of elevation gain and about 3,300 feet of elevation loss. So it was a tough day yesterday doing that in the pouring rain. There was no shelter anywhere, and it just wasn't very pleasant at all. I got to this hotel and it was just lucky that I didn't have to camp last night, because if I did, I would have been in trouble. Everything inside my bag was wet. You can see I've got my sleeping bag out there drying. Even though I've got it all inside dry bags inside my bag, I haven't used a pack liner since the PCT on 2019. And basically I'm going to have to go to a shop today and buy some bin liners, I think. That's about the only thing I'm going to be able to find. I can't have that happen again. But I mean, the water was just, the rain was just driving yesterday. At one point, for about 2 hours on an exposed ridge line, the wind was that strong that it was nearly blowing me over, and the rain was just coming sideways at me. I could hardly see. It wasn't a nice day at all. I was very glad to get here last night. So gonna go and get some breakfast and take a walk, about a 15-minute walk to the nearest shop, and see if they've got some bin liners. Good morning from the trail proper. Just left town about 9:30. There's still water coming out of my trekking poles from yesterday. But I got to the shop and bought some bin liners. On the way up to the shop, it was about 1 kilometre up there. I was seeing like hikers, and I'm talking like 30, 40, 50 plus hikers. Like, what is going on here? It can't be that popular a spot. And it's on the Camino Santiago, so that explains that. That's why it's so popular. I've never seen so many in one place. It's created just like a constant procession down the road. But the first 10 miles or so today, well, the 10 miles that I'm doing, that counts as a section on the mapping system, and it looks gentler than yesterday's 10 miles, so that's good news. There was a lot of peaks, and when I worked it out, nearly 10,000 feet of elevation change yesterday over 22 miles, so that was pretty crazy.
Undefined, soul's desire. You don't even know what you did. Now I'm on fire, fire, burning out of control, taking me higher, higher, a feeling I can't hold on my own.
So it's a real nice morning for walking. Nice temperature, blue sky for a change in places. Nice area. This road I'm on now, this track, it's a welcome change to the sort of muddy paths that I've been used to. Been slipping and sliding around a lot this morning. There's just been that much rain recently that everything's very, very slick. So yeah, this is a nice trail to be following now. It's a nice easy walk at the moment.
Been walking with my head down, just trying to drown the noise out. But I'm craving something different, praying for revelation. Been too long since I felt that wish. I think I'm done being patient. Colors flowing, feeling showing. I think I'm overweighting. You all that I want, baby. Give me all you got, baby. We could go it low. I'll be what you're dreaming of. Say no, na 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 na. Say no, na 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 na. You got me feeling brand new, like I got nothing to lose. I'm jumping from the high dive, right into your blue eyes. You say my name, I go insane. I think I'm done being patient. Coming to life here by your side. I think I'm overweighting. You all that I want, baby. Give me all you got, baby. We could go it low. I'll be what you're dreaming of. Say no, na 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 na. Say no, na 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 na.
Good afternoon. Just after 3 p.m. Maybe getting on for 3:30 now, not sure. Very warm day today. These guys have got the right idea, haven't you? Hey? Taking it nice and easy. Although you're covered in flies like I was earlier. There was a couple of sections earlier where flies were just a massive problem. But not so much now. A lot of the walking today has been along just below a ridge line in some trees. And there hasn't been a great deal of a view. In fact, it's been quite depressing at times. But have a gander at that. That is just something else. It's just in the last sort of 15-20 minutes, it's just really opened up. And it is a real sight to behold as well. And so the proper Pyrenees mountains. Looks like we've got some cyclists and some hikers. It's the first sort of trace of people I've seen for quite a while. But yeah, I found it tough going today, but I've got about 14 kilometres to the next town. If I make it, great. If I don't, then no problem, I've got a tent. You know, there have been times today where I just didn't feel it after 10 miles. I was thinking of just packing in there for the day because my legs were killing me. I just wasn't feeling it. Yesterday, in all that rain, I did those 22 miles and I felt brilliant all day, physically. Mentally, not so much. But physically, I felt brilliant all day yesterday, and there was a lot more up and down involved yesterday. Today, I've been feeling it a lot more, but the last couple of hours or so, I have just got a little bit of a second wind. And I think it's something to do with these views. I mean, this is just the precursor, if you like, to the main event of the Pyrenees, which I hope I make it to. You always say you're going to do the walk, you never quite know what's going to happen along the way. Hope that you get to finish, but it's not always the case. Anyway, I believe it's maybe about 4:30 p.m-ish, I'm guessing, something like that. And I've still got a good few miles to go today. I'm guessing it's going to be, if I carry on to town, it's going to be 6:37 p.m. when I get there, I think. Although most of my climbing today, like 95% of my climbing, has been done, thank goodness. So just gonna sit back, relax and enjoy some of these views from this ridge.
This is a dream, getting the royal scar, holding a diamond blade, throwing it far, holding your breath still. You jump the fire, we'll just sit and wait till.
Good morning from day 5. This is the picturesque little medieval town of Hondarribia, where I stayed last night. It's quite funny, there's two main sort of hotels in town and they were both absolutely jam-packed last night. There's some sort of like 3-day festival on and there was just hundreds of people around everywhere. Shops were closed, bars were open. It was quite strange. But yeah, I think I may have overdone it a little bit yesterday. Obviously with the days beforehand as well. So I've given myself a shorter day today. I'm only going to do 13 miles to the next town. That'll get me just before the 100-mile mark, to about mile 98.
For a minute in the quiet, it feels like it was before. I get lost just for a moment, thinking I'm not where I am. And I didn't want to feel this way, tired of being out of place. Give me a one-way ticket out of here someplace. I know I can't be happy, it's not in my head. I can sit and cry about reasons why I'm in this mess, but what good is that? What a waste of breath. It's a fine line, thinking about the words unsaid and setting me free from my chest. I feel so low, I'm not myself. I feel so low, I'm not myself. Was there something in the wind? Was it meant to be pulled apart from everything I knew, like golden lace? their time to fall. But I didn't want to feel this way. Tired of being out of place. Give me a one-way ticket out of here someplace. I know I can be happy. It's not in my head. I could sit and cry about reasons why I'm in this mess. But what good is that? What a waste of breath. It's a fine line thinking about the words unsaid and setting me free from my chest. I feel so low.
Well, it's been a really peaceful morning so far. I've not seen a great deal of anyone. A couple of motorbikes, touring bikes, a couple of hikers headed the opposite direction, a Land Rover, and that's been pretty much it. Animal wise, a few horses at a watering hole, and that is everything. It's been a real nice morning for walking. Quite easy as well, with some nice views thrown in. I've just come across this signpost where we are heading to Isaba, 5.1 kilometres, 1 hour 45, and mostly downhill. The timings on these signposts are found to be a bit erratic. There was one the other day that said it was going to take 6 hours, and I did it in, I think it was something like 4 or 4.5. So, take them with a pinch of salt maybe. But from the elevation chart, it looks like this descent into Isaba is a very steep and long one. So, not going to rush it. But from what I've read about Isaba and what I've seen of it, it looks like an absolutely beautiful place, and I'm very happy that I've got what was a ridiculously cheap room for the night, just to relax and recharge. I'm also feeling really good today compared to the last couple of days. Yesterday in particular I found it very difficult, but today I am feeling really good, and I think knowing that I've not got many more miles to do today is a factor in that. But this is starting to get now to what I would call mountain scenery. Definitely notice a change in the weather as well. I think there was thunderstorms forecast for this afternoon, but I don't know. We shall see about that. Certainly enjoying it, or enjoying most of it, should I say. couple little bits I've not enjoyed. Managed to get the drone out as well for the first time not so long since. So, oh, look at this. Look at this. (1,360 metres). So if you recall, on the first couple of days I said I was approaching 850, which was the highest point I'd been. So yeah, that and then some. Well, it's about 4:30 p.m. on day 5 and I made it to Isaba. Beautiful little town, nestled at the bottom of all these hills. Look at the view from I'm actually stood on my room balcony at the moment. It's a beautiful place, right next to the that big lump of rock there. That's the medieval church, right next door to it. Really nice little casa rural I've got, and as you can see, it's laundry day for me. So just getting a few things washed while I can. But yeah, I'm just going to go and get some shopping done because the shops here close from 1:30 until 4 p.m. So I've been waiting for them to open again. But this is just a stunning view. Anyway, that's probably going to be me done for the day. Get everything charged up and get back on the road tomorrow. Good morning, day 6. I'm in Itzaba still. And last night finished with a huge thunderstorm that lasted from, I would say, from about 8 p.m. until about, well, it was still going at 4 a.m, still thundering and lightning. So it was pretty impressive. It's forecast to rain all day today and thunderstorms. It's still rumbling a bit now. Thunderstorms going to continue. So I'm taking a day off. I'm not going to walk in the mountains or in the hills in a thunderstorm and get soaking wet again. So I'm already about 2 days ahead of schedule. So I'm going to take a day off here and continue. After today, the weather forecast improves dramatically. So it's just this 1 day of rain. I'm going to wait out and continue on afterwards. Good morning. Sunday morning, day 7. Not sure the time, might be around 9, half 9, something like that. Just leaving town, getting back on trail after my day off. Got a little 6-mile section to do. Doesn't look to be too challenging. And after that, there's an 11-mile section to do, which does look quite challenging. Yep, that was camping Zariza at the end of that little 6.5-mile stage that I just stopped in at to find it all completely shut down. Whether it's shut down permanently or just shut down for the season, I don't know, but no one there, a couple of caravans dumped and quite a bit of trash hanging around. And then I'm now heading this direction towards this big old curtain of rock, which is very impressive looking. been climbing nearly all day. It's probably about 3 p.m ish now, and I'm just approaching the summit. The view is pretty sensational. Okay, so I came from right down in the bottom of that valley, come all the way up. It's definitely been the longest and hardest climb of the walk so far, easily. I am also dangerously low on water, so I need to keep an eye out for that. Excuse me, wind has picked up. That's been a constant feature this morning, this afternoon. I'm glad to be at the top of that. Wow.
Desert hills and lonely places, heavy still without your traces, holding on to every breath we wasted, tender for your soft embraces. Under the darkest sky and for you, don't wanna see the night fade to blue. Under the dark sky and for you, don't wanna see your red fade to blue. I wanna flow with you over holy water. I wanna crawl into all your secret corner. I wanna brace myself. We go heavy harder. We go heavy harder. Heavy. I wanna lose myself in you. I wanna lose myself in you.
Good afternoon. It's 10 to 5. I really don't know where today's gone. But finally made my way down off that thumping great mountain. I've got to admit, coming down was a lot easier than going up it. It's dropped me into this little valley now, where I kind of believe I kind of walk kind of along the bottom of it and ascending slightly towards the end. So I'll be looking for somewhere to sleep in this area. 10 to 5, maybe give it another hour and a half, something like that, and see what the situation is. But this area is just absolutely beautiful. With these alpine rivers and streams flowing through, and these all the cowbells going. Everything wears a bell. Sheep, horses, cows. They've all got bells on. Still not bumped into any GR hikers. It's very strange. Just stopped to get some water because I was completely out. There's nothing like freshly filtered, freezing cold water from a mountain river or stream. Can't beat it.
How long do we gotta stay here for people we don't know and want lives? All of the clothes are designer, fast cars and who knows who. Yeah, I know what they wanna say. They're gonna ask me if I'm gonna make it. I don't care if I'm gonna have to fake it, long as I can be real with you. You're leaning into me, saying stay with me a while.
It's getting on for 6:30 p.m. Just done another shortish, not as long as before the climb, but it was steep enough and long enough at the end of the day. It's dropped me down into this beautiful valley, which I'll probably be sleeping somewhere in tonight. The only problem being it's really, really marshy everywhere, so I've got to look for just a slightly raised dry spot big enough for the tent. Oh, I am going to sleep tonight, I know that much. Or I better sleep tonight. I'm absolutely beat. It doesn't feel like 17 miles I've walked, it feels more like 30. I guess it was that big climb that did it. But it's been a nice day. The weather's improving, definitely. Got really, really hot at one point today. So that was nice. Good evening. So it's somewhere between 8 and 9 p.m. I've just finished setting up camp and eating some very mediocre couscous. But difficult to find somewhere flat and that wasn't waterlogged in this area. There's a lot of water standing and most of the ground is quite boggy. So I did manage to find somewhere. I've also got myself a little bit of a view. And so far, touch wood, it's quite sheltered as well. So that's the Xmid Pro 2 that's set up. So yeah, quite happy with how today's gone. I've done just a little bit less than 20 miles, I believe. So I did 2 full stages, and then I've done about 1.5 miles of a third stage just to find somewhere to camp. So yeah, I am absolutely pooped, so I am going to jump in this tent and charge some stuff up and get off to sleep.
Take my mind and run with you. You shine so bright in your blue suede shoes. I don't got no real estate and nobody knows my name. I could find a place and see it all a different way. Slow down, you got what you need, and the world's at your feet. Summer days, summer nights, lose it all, close your eyes. It's okay, waste your time. I don't mind, I don't mind. Up all night, no time to keep. My head's not right, 'cause I can't